to the Tamarosa. While we spent most of our summer working on our house, we did find time to harvest hay using our Farmall Cub and our new Holland tractor. Hay is simply dried grass. It is just a way to preserve grass that you have in the summertime so that you can have forage in the wintertime. Here is our beloved Farmall Cub. This is our sickle bar mower in action. When you're ready to start making hay, one of the first things you do is you have to go around the field in the opposite direction because the mower is on the right side of the tractor, and so you have to have the cut against the fence. So you drive around the field and then you turn your tractor around and you're driving with the mower then on the inside of the field, creating what you call swaths. Sometimes you have to make hay late into the night. With our Farmall Cub, one of the things that worked out nicely was we were able to position one of the headlights so it angled downward and we could see where we were cutting hay. Most of the time when you're cutting hay, you have a field and you start from the outside of the field along the fence line, as I mentioned previously, and you go around and then you turn the tractor around and you keep going inboard until you finish all the cutting. However, if you have a large field and you don't intend to cut the entire field, one thing you can do is you can start in the middle and spiral outward, creating almost like a racetrack. With the Farmall Cub and the sickle bar on the outboard, you're always doing outboard turns. In our previous video about our mower, we showed that we have a wheel installed on the outboard of our shoe on the outside of our mower. This serves two purposes. One, it helps protect the mower, it helps keep it up higher, and two, it helps protect our hay. By having it higher, we cut higher. That helps protect our hay for the growing point. And then it also, when we cut the hay, it holds the hay up off the ground so we don't get dirt in our hay, and it makes the hay dry faster. Hay making can have different stages depending on where you are in different parts of the country. In our part of the country, which is pretty dry, we just cut the hay, it sits in a swath for a couple of days and dries, then we rake it into a windrow, which is kind of fluffy, and then we bale it. I created this side-by-side photo so you could see a swath on the left that was just cut, and you can see it's green, and then the swath on the right where it's obviously dried and ready to be raked. We use our new Holland tractor to pull our International 14 side delivery rake. Here you're going to start the same way as you did when you were cutting for hay. You're going to go around the field the first time against the fence, and then you're going to turn around and go the same way that you cut the hay. Once you are done with the windrows, if they are dry enough, you can go ahead and bale. You want the moisture no higher than 18 to 20% for small bales, and you can test this using a moisture meter, or you can use some on-farm methods. Here's that process again, just slower. You just take a bit of hay and twist it 3 times, and it should quickly break if it's dry enough. We don't have a baler, so we have a neighbor bale for us. Once you have the bales, you want to try to get them out of the field as soon as possible. We load them up onto our hay wagon, and then we store them in our barn. We put them on pallets and cover them with a tarp to prevent them from getting wet or sun damage. We also temporarily store some on the wagon as needed if we know somebody's going to come buy some. You can also see hay stored a lot of times outside with just a tarp covering the exterior, or if you see big round bales, you'll just see them oftentimes stored out in the field.